And what I've got here is a question that says something like this. Does abdominoplasty include lifting / removing excess fat / skin of the mons pubis, or is this an additional procedure? It does a bit, but if you've got an awful lot of excess skin / fat of your mons pubis area, it may be an additional procedure. So it's something we'd have to talk about pre-op, and it's a good thing to point out pre-op, because a lot of people don't realize they've got excess fullness on the mons pubic area because the abdominal apron is in the way. And it's probably mainly talking about people who've had significant weight loss, like several stone in weight being lost. And so if you have had significant weight loss, then your probably overriding concern is your abdominal apron. But it's important for us as surgeons to have a look at the mons area to see if there is excess skin and fat there, because what sometimes happens is you get rid of that abdominal apron and the patient see this bulging mons. The mons, by the way, is the area basically where your pubic hair is. And they say, what have you done? What's all that? And you're like, well, it was, I haven't done anything to that because it was already there. So it's important to be aware, if there is an issue there, of that preoperatively, and also important to be aware of what we can do. So we can do stuff to that mons area. We can do some liposuction to take some of the fat out of it, to take some of the heaviness out of it. And there is a limited amount of skin resection you can do of the mons. You wouldn't do a significant amount of skin resection to the mons area at the time of a tummy tuck, because any resection would be going south, and that would make the scar pull up north. I don't know if it would make the scar drift up, so you don't really want to undermine too much south. All you're undermining when you do a tummy tuck is north, because you want to free up the skin on the north part so that it's mobile, and it comes down to the south part, so your scar ends up in the south, in the bottom scar of a tummy tuck, in the bottom ellipse. Yeah, tummy tuck's an ellipse, and the scar ends up in the sort of in your underwear. So you undermine north and nothing south, and doing stuff to the mons would involve undermining south. I'm sure there's some kind of model I could, I'm trying to think of some analogy or model, but I don't know if that's clear to you. You have to be there, to see that top skin's very mobile and comes down, and you want the bottom skin not to be mobile, because if the bottom skin's mobile, it will drift up and the scar will meet halfway. So if you're taking a ellipse out of a tummy tuck and the scar meets halfway, then you've got scar across your abdomen, which doesn't look good. So yeah, so answer is you can do some removal of excess skin and fat of the mons area, but if it's significant, you might need another operation, so-called monsplasty, once everything's healed, where you can then take away that ptotic skin and fat from the mons. Droopy. Ptotic's another word for droopy, by the way. Ada says, sweet evening. Sweet evening, Ada. And